Whether we like it or not, the old internet era is day by day fading out of interest with multiple creators fumbling. From faking charity to misusing child audience, we'll dive into that. Starting off with Logan Paul, the most controversial figure on the internet since recording a corpse for views. Just change the P in Prime to C and it all makes sense. Last to check, he just won a Prime lawsuit involving the drink Prime, where he allegedly never gave a warning to his consumers of the so-called forever chemicals. Expressing his disgust in a podcast with MrBeast, he unknowingly exposed his hypocritical side as he is known to counter critics with heavy lawsuits. Take for instance the Don Dennis who exposed his wife for being overly generous.
Your girl by 75 guys before you married her. Shut the fuck up.
Apologies for the language,
everyone. Yo, where's Nina?
Personal security.
Yo, where's your fiance?
I found the bouncer.
Yeah, I'm gonna show up. Don't worry. Just like Nina showed up to every guy's house.
Hey, I'm not gonna sit here and show you every picture that he posted because we could sit here all day. He basically just found every picture of her and her ex-boyfriend that she's ever had and put it into one video. And also posted them individually. It was all just a lead up to this picture. Dylan Dennis and what looks to be Logan Paul's fiance, and he even tagged her. Spoiler alert, this looks to be Photoshop. This would be the original picture.
The self-entitled figure just got himself into hot soup against the company with a more established figure backing it. His business partner, KSI, would initiate the mess by what is termed as anti-competitive claims. As for the hypocritical side, Lunchily, a product the duo launched with MrBeast, has a close resemblance to Lunchables. Messi Plus claims that because of controversies and other public stunts, the public understands who Logan Paul is and can easily distinguish him and other business partners from Messi. Logan's partner, KSI, is also going through it. Starting off with releasing the most hated music of 2024, the L's just keep coming.
Stay my time, TDM fans. Womp womp.
KSI lost his drive, bro is done. With all these years on the internet, he still didn't learn how to deal with haters. Take for example, going after other established brands like Dan, TDM, and the most recent, arguing with his former friend Adin Rose and pretty much anyone hating on his song.
So I don't understand what you mean by it's growing on people.
Well, to be real with you, the first 1-2 listens, it's like, what the f is Disney? Now it's good. I like it now. It's catchy. It's good. It's in people's heads. It's a viral TikTok song. It's viral. You had Drake in my chat talking about
it's a good song. Yeah, and shout out Drake, but I don't even know if he's taking the piss. It's great now because I'm on here, right?
Yeah, I'll be real with you. Yeah.
Because I'm here, yeah. That's why you kiss him out.
Yeah.
As of now, he's receiving hate at a magnitude almost as much as Doherty's. Since crashing his car and never caring about his friend's safety, even the nicest of creators are breaking character just to go after him. I never comment on stuff like this, but what the duck? You got into a car crash because you were texting and driving and all you were worried about was your car. Terrible human. You know it's bad when you make a Paul brother openly admit to regretting his childhood behavior.
Gotta remember, you paved the way where being the problem child could be a solution. You know who I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Who is it?
His name's Jack.
I think he's putting his life in danger. What advice would you give to a kid that is, I hate to say this to you, following in your footsteps as the problem child?
I would say, what more do you want?
Jack Doherty has once again secured the spotlight negatively and might also be crying all the way to jail. As an outcome of Jack's behavior, he's permanently banned on Kick as he should have been a long time ago. As for the person behind the most subscribed channel, MrBeast, cancel culture has never made a more thirsty attempt. Everyone came at MrBeast after Chris Tyson, an associate, was exposed for talking to a minor. Since then, there have been countless complaints from employees that seem to paint a bad picture for the Beast brand.
A few months ago, at the very top of a 9,000-foot mountain in a remote part of Nepal, this hospital looked like this.
That looks CGI.
But if you don't see the CGI at home, I'll point it out. This is the before shot of the hospital. This is the after shot, and then same thing over here. What I noticed is that Dan Mace, who's the director on Beast Philanthropy, did a behind-the-scenes video for this shoot where they build a hospital in Nepal or whatever.
Started off by getting the opening shots. I like to call these plinky plonk match cuts. These are great for
the building looks very different than in shots like this. And you know, for one example, there's like moss growing here, which is
it looks more decrepit.
Yeah, and it's like
this
the concrete's breaking down right here. There's like holes in the roof. There's like all this random crap.
But in the real shot, there's no moss. Yeah. There's no decrepit.
Right here, you'll notice this pillar, 2 white lines. Right here, same pillar, 2 white lines. But there's a building behind it. So in this opening shot, where MrBeast says, this is what the hospital looked like a month ago, they digitally removed the entire hospital to make it look like they built the hospital.
Like they built the bigger building. Yeah.
But they didn't.
Oh my gosh.
You've heard of the diddler, but have you heard of the fiddler? Insecurity and lust is a bad combination. Cat Williams' quote is still echoing through the cosmos. It would have been a shock to find a character that brought joy to the masses quickly destroys reputation had it not been 2024's shortcoming. Yungfilly, whose only vice was making horrible music, just added on to the list of his biggest L's. He's facing 4 counts of sexual penetration without consent, which is simply graping. He's also facing 3 counts of assault involving bodily harm, 1 count for disrupting a person's normal breathing or circulation, and that is by gripping the neck. He got arrested the following day, making his case viral on social media. Mostly in such situations, friends become supportive, but for Philly's case, it is the opposite. Some of his friends are reportedly secretly going against him. Is Philly's status with the squad as it seems, or is there more to the story? Normally, when someone faces one charge, he or she might be framed, but when the charges are recurring, it's simply a nail in the coffin. Philly is said to have assaulted a woman in her 20s in his Perth hotel room in Australia. To quote the police statement, Philly appeared in a magistrate room on a grey jumper and spoke only to acknowledge his name and the charges made against him. The incident allegedly occurred right after a show in Hillary's on Saturday. The evidence against him is substantial and includes CCTV footage and bruises on the victim's body. All his doings were unveiled on tour, and even more charges are expected, as is always the case with celebrities. Will this affect the whole squad, especially Chunkz, his podcast mate?
Just say I had a girlfriend, hypothetically, yeah? And I know one of her biggest insecurities was her weight, yeah? And she showed me a red dress and she showed me a blue dress, yeah? I'm not saying this is good how I am. I need to work on it. She showed me a red dress and a blue dress, and I knew in the blue dress she looked a bit fat, but she really liked the red dress more. I would actually say to her, babe, you look a bit fat in that blue dress.
Right.
Because do you know what? Do you know why I would, well, my train of thought, I do believe it's wrong though, but the only reason I'd say that is because I don't want her to now wear this one because she didn't hear her insecurity in that one.
He mostly appeared entitled in the podcast, which might reflect to his actual behavior. Clearly, Chunkz was fed up throughout the conversation and was just sticking up for the sake of friendship. The same entitlement seen in the video is what makes him socially awkward even when winning financially.
Come a bit closer to me, Emily, I don't think. And your name is? Gracie. Emily and Gracie, ladies and gentlemen. Got great skin, man.
A tortoise.
Reflection. Look, we're holding hands now, see? Now that I've won some riddles, she's saying, oh, you're a strong, independent man.
All of them.
Okay, and you're, ooh, yeah? White gals tick as well, look after you.
Oh, you're amazing.
Don't hide, come here. Ooh,
Great
mind
player
me, put your head.
While his behavior in the video can be foreseen as him simply being touchy, the feedback from the ladies around him is off.
To be fair, now this makes a lot of sense to me because I've seen like podcast clips of him talking about how he talks to women really badly. And like for clarification, I didn't take anything to heart. I don't want anyone to be like, oh my God, what a horrible guy. So we're like exchanging DMs back and forth. I was 20 at this point. Yeah, I was 20. And then he like finds my YouTube videos and he's like sending me pictures of myself in my videos, like telling me he didn't like what I was wearing or like he didn't how I looked in that video. I responded, but I like tried to just be like, oh, haha. And then he sent me like the most brutal message being like, look, you seem like a lovely girl, but like honestly, I just could not be any less interested in you. So I'm not going to let you waste your time on this. And I was like, oh my
I bet you felt
God,
so humble.
I never wanted to show my face ever again. I was with Lewis in the car and I was like, what on earth? And I was like, why respond to me that? Like, why keep the conversation going with me then? Like, if you were just going to say that.